So, one of the most common bottom surgeries is called metoidioplasty. And I'll try to paint a picture. Uh, so, if you've seen our growth video, if you haven't, go back and watch that. We describe, what growth does to people assigned female at birth. So, if you know that already, your clit, your junk has grown a little bit. So, it's here. It's kind of like. God damn it. So, this is your dick, right? Okay. And your head's poking out, your foreskin, all that fun stuff. What you can do for metoidioplasty is all these ligaments down here that's kind of like connected to all that fun stuff, like your lips, scrotum, whatever you want to call it. They call it the clitoral release. So they cut those ligaments, they sew them together, so it releases the clit and it goes up a little bit more. It separates from all that stuff down there. And what they do, I've heard, is they take a graft from the inside of your cheek because it's already tissue that's been in a wet environment, and they create that to be a new urethra if you do want your urethra to be rerouted through that so you can pee out of the tip of your penis. You don't have to reroute your urethra, but that's another process within metoidioplasty. There's so many different things. So there's clitoral release. They sew it up, and sewing it up does add girth to your penis, so it looks a bit more thick. And you can reroute the urethra if you want. Some surgeons, if you want, they fuse your lips together to make a scrotum, and they would put testicular implants in there so it looks like balls. There's another thing that you can do is called a vaginectomy, which literally closes up your vagina. So once that heals, it looks like you never had a vagina at all. Some of the cons of this is, what you have with your anatomy is what you have. It's not making your dick bigger. It might look it because, you're releasing it from all the ligaments here, but that's what you're going to get. So it's going to probably be like a 2-3 inch dick you're going to have for the rest of your life. So that some might consider a con. So if you have size dysphoria, please, this surgery is probably not for you because there's nothing you're going to be able to do to make it bigger. There are two main complications that might happen if you are rerouting your urethra, and that's called you might get a fistula, which Chase Ross gave me a really good metaphor for what that is. So if you're drinking out of a straw and there's like a hole in the straw and you can't get all that liquid in your mouth, that's because it's shooting out somewhere else. So that could happen if they're messing with your urethra. You might have a little hole. There's some times where it repairs itself, or you have to go to the surgeon and they'll fix it for you. Another possible complication is called a stricture, and that's where there's a narrowing of the urethra, and that you have to go through a doctor for them to fix that. When it comes to cost, it's pretty much impossible to say. There's a huge range. Of course, it's going to be at least 10 grand, I'm sure, up to 40, maybe 60,000.
I hear 60 a lot.
Yeah, bottom surgery is very expensive.
So for those of us that are going more for size, there's another surgery called phalloplasty. And basically, the differences between that is that phalloplasty is going to add some length and some girth to what you already have, what you're already working with downstairs. So with a phalloplasty, they will take, basically, you could take a graft from a couple places in your body. And so it's a skin graft, and they can either take it from your forearm or they can take it from your thigh. Like I said, those are two most common places. If you take it from your thigh, it's going to be a lot thicker. So it's your choice, but if I were to do fallow, I would definitely get it from my arm. Downside with that is that there is going to be a scar, and that's up to you if you are comfortable with having that scar, because it's gonna be a pretty big scar.
It's gonna be pretty gnarly. They take quite a chunk off you.
Yeah, I have seen people that yeah, I mean, it's pretty gnarly. Look up pictures if you want to see that. But, I mean, some people don't get that bad scarring, and I've heard that some people can just, get a tattoo over it, and you can never even tell, you know what I mean? It's always person-to-person kind of thing. But apparently one of the main reasons why it's great to get the skin graft from your arm is because there is a nerve in there that's like super super great with like having sensation, so that's awesome. They also will take something out of your arm that will, like Rika said with metoidioplasty, um, they'll take something out of there in order to make a urethra for you. So the difference with phalloplasty is that it's not just going to be your clitoris. It's they're going to basically build on top of that. So they're adding the skin graft on top, and your clit will be at the base of your penis. So basically, it'll be at the base of the penis, and they will redo your basically like reroute all your urethra through that phallus, and that way you can like pee out of the head of your new dick.
There are some people that don't want to connect their clit to their new phallus, and they just have it not there. And that in that case, you would be peeing sitting down.
Yeah.
So you don't have to connect it, but I mean, I would if I were to get fallow.
Yeah, I'd want to pee out of my dick.
Yeah, and also if you touch the nerve endings, you'll feel.
Yeah.
You'll feel it more. Yeah.
So it'd be better for sex to like attach everything. That way you have full sensation in your new phallus. Yeah, apparently like there's like this like crazy like nerve that's like over here, and then like you can like attach that to like your new nerves that's on your clit, and then like you have like full sensation. It's like crazy stuff, y'all. Like the science, like I know there's all these like trans men that are saying like I won't get phalloplasty until the science there. The science is there, y'all. It's really getting there. They've done a lot of crazy shit. So as Rico said before with the metoidioplasty, after you create like the phallus and like the head of your dick, which comes from the skin graft from your arm or your thigh, whatever you choose, they will also do the same thing as far as building a scrotum for you. So they'll take your current lips and they will seal it together, and they will add like balls in order for you to look like you have a scrotum with balls and all of that. Because your phallus is bigger, there's different options of whether you want it to have like a rod in it, so it's always kind of semi-hard, or if you want to be able to be flaccid and then get hard, they can make it so one of your balls is like a pump, and so you would like squeeze it, and that would make your penis hard when it came time to like use it for sex. So there's definitely a lot of options as far as that goes, like how you want it. Because it is bigger, it's harder for it to just get up on its own, you know what I mean?
I think it's pretty fucking cool to be able to like never have an issue getting hard,
right?
If you gotta like stop that, just release it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's fucking cool.
I think that's cool too.
But one huge con with phalloplasty, you gotta pick the size, and that'll forever be the size.
Yeah.
So unlike cis men that can be flaccid, then once they're erect, they're way bigger.
Mm-hmm. Like, if you pick, like, an 8-inch dick, you're always gonna have an 8-inch dick, y'all. And, like, sometimes when you're flaccid, you just don't want an 8-inch dick. That's, like, a lot to hide and cover and all that. And, yeah.
Very few percentage of men that have that big of a flaccid dick.
Yeah. Very, very few. Most are growers, not showers, y'all.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a con. The recovery time is also a lot longer than metoidioplasty. The price is a lot different than metoidioplasty. You are going to be looking closer like 40 to 60K. It's very, very pricey, y'all. And yeah, and like the recovery time is like several months. Like I think you can't have sex for like 3 to 4 months, something like that. Something crazy long. Yeah, just because like it's several stages. Like you have to like build the shaft, and then there's another stage to get the head, and then there's another stage for the balls. Like it doesn't all happen at once.
Right.
You have to wait for one to heal in order to get the next one. So it's a very long process.
And if you are thinking about doing any bottom surgery, one thing recommended if you are considering fallow, to pack with something bigger than you're normally used to, like 5 or 6 inches at least, so you know like your every day-to-day, this is what you're going to have to deal with if you get fallow around that size. And maybe the same with metoidioplasty. If you're considering that, maybe don't pack at all, because that's pretty much what it's going to be like.
Yeah. Keep in mind, these were like very short descriptions of each of these surgeries. If you have any more questions, definitely do your own research on each individual surgery, depending on what you're interested in, what you're looking for. Like I said, these are just brief introductions into what to expect from different kind of operations that trans people can have, and just to kind of give you an idea of what you might want and what you might want to look for.
So that is it for this week. Next week it is P for peens.
Yes, peens. It's our favorite topic, y'all.
Yeah, there's so many different kinds of peens. Y'all know if you're trans or non-binary, you're watching this. There's Packers. There's STBs, TBs. There's Packers. There's STPs. There's many other things, and we're just gonna break down the differences and the different uses and the 3-in-1s, 4-in-1s, 2-in-1s, all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love peens.
Alright, y'all. So if you like this video, you know what to do. Please like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.